Well, what's happening, people? It's me, the rideshare dick, coming to you from Southern California, Los Angeles, to be exact. This video is for the drivers out there, the noobs, or even you people that have been around the mulberry bush for a little while. Check this shit out. What you want to do, if you haven't already started doing this, get into the habit of taking screenshots of everything. When you first get a ping, and you, depending if you're the type of person that just picks up any old person, or if you are selective, like I am, and you only take people with a certain score. For me, it's 4.6 or higher. That's it. But anyway, usually because I ride at night, I uh, I have the luxury of being able to just pull over really quickly, take a quick look, see what the person's rating is, and I immediately take a screenshot while it's in countdown mode. If I decide to accept it, if it's close enough, if it's not a 20-minute drive away or whatever, and the person's got a decent enough score, 4.6 or higher, I will accept the ride. At that point, once it accepts it, I also take a screenshot. Now, recently, the app has changed. At least mine has. The map app has changed. I no longer have the triangle. I got the old-fashioned car on my app. So, but what you can do is if you click on the person. What I do is I click on the person's information to double check to make sure. That way, I have a record of the time that the the ping came in, the request, and okay, at that point, then I drive. Then I just put it back put the phone back, and I drive to pick up the person. Now they're usually not waiting outside for me, but even if they are, I stop real quick. I will take a screenshot as I'm rolling up real slow on the location, because the map's always a little bit slow. But anyway, what I will do is I will take a screenshot when I get there. That's for to prove that I was there at that certain time within the radius that they can walk to or whatever. If it's not an assist ride. And what I do is I, that. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. The reason why I do this, and I've been doing this for a long ass time, is because I almost got fucked one time. I don't remember the details because it was a long time ago, but I remember not having the photo to back it up, and fucking tech support or the people in India were asking me if I had pictures of something, and I was like sitting there scratching my fucking head, going, fuck. I'm Whatever the situation was back then, I took care of it because I was persistent, even without a photograph. So that was the point where I said, fuck it, I'm screenshotting everything. I keep it for at least a couple weeks. I back it up to my hard drive on my computer. I do my pick dumps, and then I wipe them clean after a while. I still got some from back in the day, but whatever. All right, so just to give you an example as to why I do this, and it saved me one time from having to deal with these fuck faces. Although the Uber fucking, these people, man, that work for Uber out of the country are so fucking ridiculous. But whatever. So here's what happened. New Year's Evil. I'm going to pick a. I'm sorry. I'm reminiscing what happened that night. It's fucking funny. I'm in my town out here where I live on the outskirts of Los Angeles County, and I go to this nice neighborhood. It's a gated community. Never been there before. Lived out here for many, many moons, and I've never been to that particular area. It's kind of whatever. It's one of those like fake fucking whatever. So I go rolling up, and I take a picture of the time that I get there. But there's a gate with a code, and I'm like, fuck, man. So what I do, and that's another thing. If you get to a gated community and the person doesn't text you and give you the code, don't start the trip, but just notify, slide the thing over that says, let these people know you've arrived, even if you're, you know, a quarter mile away or half mile away from in their housing community. Don't take any bullshit. That's when the ride starts. That's when the 5 minutes starts. Or if it's a pool ride, that's when the 2 minute countdown starts. As if they're at the gate. If they're not at the gate, and you are, and you don't have a fucking code. All right, so I don't have a goddamn code, and I fucked up when I took the picture when I got there. Completely spaced out, sliding the thing over that said, let the people know you've arrived. So I was like, fuck, I'm sitting there for a few minutes, and then I get the call, or I call them, and I'm like, hey, I'm your driver, or I text them, and I'm like, yeah, I'm your driver, and I'll be waiting outside, ready when you are. And then I get a call back, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, we'll just meet you out there by the gate." Okay, right there, and then I hung up on them. They hung up. It was kind of sketchy. Right there, I already started feeling the negative vibe. I'm like, okay, something's wrong with the fucking call. So then I looked down and I realized I haven't even fucking notified them I'm there yet. So I slid the fucking thing over, letting them know I arrived. At that point, about 2 minutes, 3 minutes later, six, it was 5 or 6 fucking children, all like, age, no bullshit, age fucking 12, nobody over 16, 12 to 15, come walking up, no adults. And I'm like, hey, whoa, wait a minute, how many, I tell the, I go, hold on, they all stop, some of them are starting to slide in, like, one kid's half in, half out of the car, the rest of them are all outside. And I'm all, hey, how many people are there? They're all, oh, 6, and they were like pretty innocent little shitheads. They didn't. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe they knew what they were doing. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. I can't gauge that one. Looking back on that, it was a while ago, but I just remember the look on their face. It was like, So yeah, they could have been scamming. They couldn't. I don't know. My money's on they weren't. They were just dumb or naive to the whole process because they were using mommy's fucking card to get the ride. Uh, so I tell them, I'm like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to order, a larger vehicle to handle all you people because there's not enough seatbelts. That was back in the day when I used to explain things to people. And if it happened again with that age group of kids, I probably would take the time to explain it to them because, whatever, they seemed pretty legit at the time. So, anyway, here comes the fun part. I send Uber a notification letting them know that minors tried to get into my car. Too many of them tried to get into my car. Blah blah blah. I'm sitting there next to a rent-a-cop guy who patrols the area, and I'm trying to send in this report. And it's New Year's, man. I fucking, I'm missing out on a lot of rides, but I'm like, I got to do this before I forget. So I fucking, send it in. And then at the end of the night, man, the next day, nothing. There's no record of a $3 and 50 to 75 cent fucking cancellation fee on this one. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So I look at it again. I think, okay, they just screwed up. So I wait another day or another half a day, and I send over a contact. I contact them. I'm like, hey, didn't get my cancellation fee, and they're like, for what? Basically, now I'm getting pissed. So I'm talking to Jeep and I'm talking to fucking, whatever. I got nothing against people from other countries. I hate saying this. But, these fucking morons that were, handling the, the messages from me, English wasn't their first fucking language. You could tell by the shitty writing style, I'm a perfectionist. And I'm looking at this response just going, fuck, It was kind of like whatever broken English, ish. So I write him back again and I said, hey, I didn't fucking get paid. And I sent screenshots and they wrote me back again with a standard bullshit reply. And it just kept going back and forth. Finally, after like the 5th communication with these assholes, I said, listen, I'd like to speak to somebody whose English is their first language, please. Without coming off like a racist asshole or, whatever, fucking. I was like, that was it. That was my, I was just fed up. So then finally, like right away, somebody got back to me and said, oh, yeah, it just says that or basically what's happening is one of your rides didn't show up, so we'll go ahead and add that to your thing. A cancellation fee went to it, and right away it got sent on for the next week's pay period. But it took me having to fucking say, having to write them 15 fucking times or whatever, 8 times before So basically, here's the deal: take pictures of everything, and if you don't get paid for something, or you're contacting Uber support, if you don't get satisfaction within the second email communication with these people, the back and forth thing, tell them you want to speak to somebody whose English is their first language. I honestly, I think that's like the best way to go, because they send you back fucking computer generated responses. And if anybody that's been into like a green light hub will know that the people that work for Uber really don't want to do their fucking jobs, man. They want to do the least amount of thing possible for what they're getting paid for. So, take that under advisement. I would recommend taking screenshots of everything. Uber off.